Good morning, Allison. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here.
Good morning.
So it seems like I made make this invitation every every winter. Um, I I really enjoy this time of year, these short days, and recently here in Silver City, cold weather. It's really an invitation for me to go inward, and I would just invite you to do the same. Short days, long nights, go inward into the stillness. Meditation is such a gift. It's an ideal time of the year for us to take extra refuge in our practice of training the mind and the hopefully the blissful experience of going inward to that quiet stillness. Without further ado, why don't we do some meditation? After you've settled into a comfortable meditation posture, please bring your awareness to the exhalation of your breath and allow your exhalation to be just a bit longer and a bit more pronounced than your inhalation. Please feel free to experiment with pausing briefly at the bottom of each exhalation. When you're ready, please gently transition into meditation on the inner body, becoming the silent observer of sensations that may start in your hands and your feet. year after year, decade after decade, century after century, the mountain simply observes silently. Snow may fall on the mountain, accumulate, and then disappear. A nearby river may rise and then recede. A flock of migrating birds may fly past the mountain. The mountain simply observes silently. No praise, no blame, no hope, no fear, no speculation, no expectation. Whether this meditation continues for a few more moments or a few more years, please continue to silently observe sensations within your own body mountain. Please gently redirect your awareness. Become aware again of this entity we've decided to label physical body and allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of physical body. Become aware again of the surroundings inside the room you're occupying. Deeper and deeper breaths, and become aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of nearby mountains, of nearby countries, of nearby continents, of nearby planets. We dedicate all of the merit, all of the positive energy from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings come to rest in a state of perfect and complete fearlessness. May all beings without exception be completely free from all forms of physical and emotional suffering. May all beings without exception be happy, peaceful, contented, and free. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Welcome back. Welcome back, friends, and Happy New Year. It's interesting for me to examine and observe this notion of New Year, right? Sometimes the thinking mind can be very entertaining, and oftentimes it produces some fruit. Um, you know, the new year, you know, I think some of us sometimes might be inclined to regard the new year as a made up idea. Somebody says, "Oh, Happy New Year." And maybe for some of us, there's a little part of us that says, "Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year, I guess." It's sort of like, I don't really even know who says it's a new year. It's a made up idea, but I'll sort of go along with it and acknowledge this new year. And then somebody might say, "Oh, well, actually, it is a new year. There is a valid basis for a new year." Um, way back in the day, Julius Caesar, like there was a previous start to the new year, and Julius Caesar changed the date, moved it up a few days or back a few days, I don't know which, to accommodate the god, or maybe it's the goddess Janus. So it really is a valid start of a new year because there is a valid reasoned basis for that date being the start of the new year. And the thinking mind might say, "Well, okay, if you say so." Um, the pagans would say completely invalid start of the new year. The new year starts on winter solstice with the shortest day of the year and the return of the light. Yeah. It's all a made up idea. It's all a made up idea. with all due respect to the pagans and the followers of Julius Caesar and the god Janus and all that. It's all a made up idea. And it has the potential to be a valid, meaningful landmark for us to acknowledge the start of the new year. And you knew where this is going, adopt some New Year's resolutions. So it can be valid if you want to make it valid. And it can be invalid it can be a made up, invalid idea if you want to. It's entirely up to you. It's all created by mind. I personally find it very beneficial to acknowledge the new year the way the rest of the world does, and to adopt some New Year's resolution. Sorry, not as the rest of the world does, but as the majority of the world, the majority of the Western world does. How about that? And I would invite you to, I would invite you, dear friends, to think about maybe, if you haven't already, adopting some New Year's resolutions, maybe that relate to your meditation practice, to your Dharma practice. There are the kind of the traditional, not surprising New Year's resolutions, like to, maybe to meditate more, maybe to study more, study spiritual teachings more, Dharma more, maybe to apply tools for practicing mindfulness during the meditation break. I mean, those are really good, completely valid and honorable New Year's resolutions. And if you've already resolved to adopt those resolutions, that's wonderful. That's fantastic. I've adopted 2 resolutions. I'll share 2 of the 3. One is I'll share all 3. We're all friends, right? One is to consume less caffeine. One is to return to a type of meditation practice that I had been doing before, kind of a protection practice that I've been neglecting for the last couple of years. And the third is to get to bed at an earlier hour so that I wake up earlier and am able to do meditation practice before the 7 a.m. sit here at Lotus Center. So just sharing that for the sake of sharing it. A New Year's resolution that I'd like to propose to you guys is to come to understand, have a deeper, more solid understanding of this meditation on the inner body that we do. That's the foundation. It's our core practice, meditation on the inner body. I refer to it as meditation on the inner body. Some schools refer to it as somatic meditation. You can adopt that label if you want. Kind of sounds more official, doesn't it? Somatic meditation. There is no more important thing that you can do with your life than training your mind through meditation. And there's no more important thing that you should have a bedrock solid understanding of than how to do the practice and the benefits of doing the practice, right? Maybe I should reverse the order. Understanding the benefits of the practice might be even more important than understanding how to do the practice precisely correct. Because if you understand the benefits of doing something, you will apply effort. And if you apply effort, you can accomplish anything. So, I don't know, maybe it might be that we all have a completely perfect 100% clear understanding of how to do the practice and the benefits of doing the practice. If that's your case, then that's wonderful. I prostrate to that understanding. It's beautiful, and it shows great wisdom that you've applied yourself to understanding it. If you kind of have a vague notion of why, sometimes he talks about, you think to yourself, sometimes he talks about non-duality and non-conceptual thought, and oh yeah, I remember now, that makes sense. You know, if you don't understand how the dots connect, then I would lovingly appeal to you to make that your New Year's resolution, is to get a super solid, watertight, bedrock solid understanding of the practice and why you do the practice, and then the benefits of doing the practice, and then hopefully actually doing the practice on your own. Here's something that came to me recently with regard to the practice. When we do the meditation on the inner body, I think initially a lot of us think that we are meditating on the body, right? It's a meditation where we're meditating on sensations that occur within the body. And that's not incorrect. Meditating, maybe we're meditating on sensations that manifest in the form of physical sensations. The tingling, and we associate those sensations with the physical body, right? Tingling, pulsation, whatever it might be. We associate those sensations with the physical body. It's not an invalid, incorrect experience or explanation of the practice. As you go deeper into the practice, you might probably will come to recognize that there's more going on within the body, within this envelope of skin. There's more going on than flesh, blood, bones, and organs, right? There's energy moving, and even more so, there is consciousness. There is consciousness within the body. Another level of realization, maybe the next level of realization, is that you have a direct experience of the fact that the body and consciousness are not separate. That's a big one. A direct experience of non-duality. These are insights that you guys have probably already had, I recognize. Here's an important one that came to me, is that by meditating on the inner body, by doing somatic meditation, you are meditating on consciousness. Body and mind are not separate. You have a direct experience of that through this practice. So you can come to regard it really simply cutting everything else away as consciousness experiencing consciousness, mind meditating on mind. And guess what? This is the Mahamudra. That is the definition of Mahamudra, the last practice you will do before you experience a full awakening. Mind meditating on mind. So at some level, it's not really about meditating on the body. It's about meditating on mind, which is the Mahamudra, which is the final portal out of samsara, out of dukkha. Which is why we do all this practice. You might be thinking to yourself, Mahamudra, he says, he uses that term from time to time. He says it's important. I'm still not entirely clear on what it is. There's a 5-class series on the Mahamudra on Lotus Center's YouTube channel. That's a way you can go back and review and refresh yourself. Anyways, message from this morning's Dharma talk is to invite you to think about making a New Year's resolution for 2024, starting right away, to really develop a super, super solid, unshakable understanding of the benefits of this practice and how all the dots connect. Make it the most important thing that you know even better than your loved ones, that you know even better than your life history, better than you know anything, because it's the most important thing. Happy New Year's, you guys. Have a great weekend, and I hope to see you on Monday.
Thank you, Jeff. Have a
Thanks,
good-
Jeff. Happy New Year.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, Jeff.
Bye-bye.